Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 17 of our Let's Learn series for Victoria 3, where we are playing as Portugal and taking it from a minor power that is fallen to a major power. And in fact, at the end of last episode in roughly October 1882, we finally have gained the major power status. So about, 45 years into the game? Yeah, about 4 years earlier than I thought we'd get there. But here we are now. Portugal currently holds the rank of major power with an overall score position of number 8 in the world. Right, we're a major power. Countries of major power rank have established themselves as notable through their regional presence. While they're not yet strong enough to establish a truly global empire, they can be a major local force to be reckoned with, and the most powerful among them may aspire to ascend to great power status. Here we are, guys. We begin our journey towards a great power status. Now, as a major power, we have 750 influence, and we now have plenty of influence here. Much more than we really need, but we'll see. We'll start spending it. Where is it? Major power, yep. We have +3 maximum declared interests. Again, plenty for us. 75 maneuvers per diplomatic play, so we can add things, I think sway people, basically do more things during diplomatic plays, right? Maneuvers can be spent on taking actions in a diplomatic play, including claiming additional war goals or swaying other countries to your side. The amount of maneuvers you have is limited by your rank. Again, -25% loan interest rate, and +2 potential agitators may appear in our nation. To me, that's a bit of a malice rather than a bonus. I would prefer no agitators, as agitators are the people who start movements that you may not want, although I guess sometimes you might actually want a movement. But yeah, basically offers more, I think, unpredictability or more leeway to pass reforms. Again, depends, I think, on which way you look at it. And we get +10% migration attraction across all states. Migration attraction is a state's ability to attract migrants. It is based primarily on the average standard of living among pops in the state, but can be modified by a number of other factors. Any unemployment in the state will depress migration attraction. The value is compared against other states between which migration may occur to determine in which direction migrants tend to flow. Now, this is mostly to do with intra-market, right? So again, like I went over migration mechanics before, but all states that are part of the same market and that have laws enabled by their respective countries, in that case, pops can migrate between states, and that happens automatically. So, for example, if we included Spain into our market, both our pops and Spanish pops would now be able to migrate between states, and that would be based on the average standard of living plus some modifiers in each Spanish state. The second thing that needs to happen is under laws, right? We need migration to be enabled at least to some degree, and there's basically no migration controls. That means everyone's allowed to migrate. There's closed borders, nobody's allowed to migrate, and there's migration controls midway, and that is only people of cultures and religions not discriminated against may migrate, right? And so both, for example, if we added Spain to our market, Spain would still retain control of its migration laws. And so if it said, no migration, then it would actually stop both our pops migrating to them and their pops migrating to us. Okay, so laws need to be enabled and need to be part of the same market. It's important. And then we get 10% migration attraction, again based on standard of living in the state, jobs availability, arable land, as well as some other modifiers. So there we are. We are number 8 in the world. Now, yes, several requests have come in the comments section, so thank you a lot, guys, for that. Thank you for the feedback. And yeah, I think one of them was a very good one, and it was not about the outlier, it was about the ledger. And yeah, I was kind of had that at the back of my mind as well, so I think definitely think it's a good suggestion, and we will do it. And the suggestion was to actually have a look, once in a while or at the end of every episode, at least, as to where we're at in the world. So let's have a look. We find ourselves, interesting that we immediately jumped to number 8. It's been a couple of days. I actually can't recall what was it exactly that was it. Yeah, well, let's have a look. Where are we getting our prestige? Wait, so we have prestige 289. We get 15. Okay, country team kingdom, 58 from gross domestic product, 28 from army power projection, 61. We get more than GDP or army. We get from our naval power projection, plus 20 from being a leading goods producer. And we're #1 producer of gold. 20 prestige that gives us. Okay, 20 renowned from a renowned playwright. We got that event twice. That's when you pass laws, and sometimes you get a playwright supporting your law. I think that's, to be honest, a kind of overpowered. I'd say that's a no-brainer choice, almost, to me, at least in that, unless you're a major power already, or even a great power, right? But for any minor power, plus 20 prestige is huge, right? I mean, look at army that costs us, you know, massive amounts of money to maintain. We only get plus 28. I think that's, we have about, what, 30 battalions, right? Whereas this is 20 for free for the rest of the game. Like, I mean, pretty good, plus bonuses, right? So in reality, we get 40 plus another 10 or even another 15%, so another 40% on top. So we get another 10 from this almost, or 8 if you want to be precise, I guess. From all the bonuses we have. We get minus 10% from intelligentsia, social criticism. Oh, the intelligentsia. What have been the thorn in our side since the start of the game. Well, we have suppressed them to into obscurity, and still they rear their ugly head, don't they? And that's all because the head of state supports them, and I actually didn't know that myself, if I'm really honest, but I think that means they cannot become marginalized, because our head of state, the Queen, what is it, Maria de Braganca. Yeah, Maria de Braganca. Oh, she's now 63, by the way. Yeah, she's a reformer. She's loved. Her interest group is intelligentsia. Look, who do we have waiting in the wings here? Prince Miguel de Branca. Interest group is armed forces. Ideology moderate. Okay. He's disliked though. He's 43 years old as well. Heir apparent and politician, yeah. Experienced political operator. As a ruler, he will give us plus 10% authority. He's reserved. Minus 25 popularity, plus 5% character health. 100% careful maneuver chance. He's a diplomat, plus 10 popularity though, so kind of counterbalancing that malice. As a ruler, plus 5% influence we'll get. Okay, as a ruler of a major power, that's quite a bit of influence. And he's a hedonist. Okay. This character is known for their most lavish lifestyle, regardless of if it is considered more sinful. Okay, so let's go back to the ledger. So there we are now, prestige. So those bonuses. So it's, I mean, the one lever we definitely have control over, I think a quick one, in Navy power projection. Seems to be the big one, all right? And gross domestic product. I mean, those are two. Our army is also good, but we just need kind of a good standing professional army. Maybe, I feel like maybe up to 50 battalions, and then it will all be about the Navy for us and growing our GDP to actually support that. Yeah, otherwise, these two we don't really control. Interesting. So we're 10 prestige above Netherlands, a little bit kind of or rather 15, 16 prestige about Belgium. There's also the Heavenly Kingdom. What is that? Information. Keep forgetting also, guys, that you can right click. Ooh, Heavenly Kingdom. Very interesting. That's China, unrecognized major power. Who are you, sir? Ruler politician. Heavenly King. Oh, I read that as King Kong. Sichuan. Okay, it's not King Kong, it's King Hong. Okay, King Hong. Okay, landowners and Taiping God worshipping society rule the Heavenly Kingdom. Interesting. Okay. Ottoman Empire is behind us. Wait. Interesting. Why do they have more prestige than us? How does this? I thought this would be ranked by prestige. Number 8. Was this kind of the sum of everything? Yeah, Netherlands. That is way better standard of living than us. Belgium has, wow, 17 on average. Wow. Okay, we need to industrialize. GDP 28 million. Yeah, so we have a decent, so by, yeah, okay. Number 8 by rank in terms of, okay, let's say prestige-wise. I mean, I wish it actually said kind of what number we are, but let's basically look at like a dozen names. Right, we're behind Canada, behind Ottoman Empire, behind Spain. All right, British Raj, Austria. In terms of GDP, we're more like, I guess, number 20. On par with Japanese shogunate, despite us having 3 times fewer people. Yeah. Standard of living wise, whoosh. Yeah, our people. Well, I mean, we are a colonial empire. Wow, where are we? Ooh, okay, I'm not even gonna count how far down the list we are. In terms of population, yeah, we're also kind of number 20, mostly. Interesting. Let's look at who are the great powers. So Great Britain is number 1, 2,000 prestige, 60 million GDP. Standard of living 12.5, 24 million people. France, however, is 80 million GDP, 12.2 standard of living, 51 population. France is really the preeminent power. Or at least should be. Russia, 62 million GDP, on par with United Kingdom. Yeah, even a further 50% up and 300% up on Great Britain and 50% up on France. Yeah, the sleeping bear. The United States, the sleeping giant. Is it though? The sleeping giant? Only 34 million population. Decent standard of living. At least our people fare better than Russia. Actually, about on par. Okay. Netherlands, only 4.5 million people. So I don't think they are anything to worry about. In fact, we might even compete with them for the dominance of Southeast Asia. But let's finish dealing with Africa. In fact, yeah, that's basically about it. Okay. So we've had a look at the geopolitical kind of lay of the land now. Now, what are our kind of strategic objectives from now on? I guess it will still be a while before we are able to colonize provinces with severe malaria. Right now, we are pushing through, putting all of our colonial growth into colonizing Zambia here. Why? Because they have lead, and we desperately need lead. There you go, Portuguese Zambia. We have enough for one level, but we will continue to just push, and although it will eat up our population like crazy, to be honest, right? Because they're dying. I mean, if we look at Portuguese Zambia, well, actually, no, population is growing, which is good, but I mean, yeah, there's no Portuguese there. Okay, we're just kind of settling with the locals. Yeah, fine, but we'll push that out into Central Africa, connect ourselves with South Angola, and once we get, medicine to combat severe malaria, hopefully we'll be able to capture more of this. We will also, do we really, I mean, first of all, sorry, I'm jumping between here, but we are going to take away Lindy from East Africa. That is certain. Diplomacy. How long is our truce? 4 years. Yeah, it's not long ago. We've got the rest of Kazembe. We did also unify Mozambique. Yeah, we will grab Lindy. I'm hoping Great Britain won't beat us to it. And we'll see about Tanganyika, Kenya, and Rift Valley. Well, let's see. Lindy at least has iron, coal, and rubber. So let's grab that for sure. Pretty much the same about Tanganyika. Rift Valley, it's just coal and more rubber though. Yeah, Kenya. Not sure that's worth it, but it would be nice to get all of this though. East Africa. I mean, you might as well grab this when we're there. I mean, the only penalties I see to grabbing kind of more land than we can chew, right, is the potential for overexpansion. Well, that's you get turmoil, means you get radicals. But these are unincorporated states, so actually the radicals don't matter because their political strength is reduced greatly anyway. I think a lot of them are not politically aligned and they're discriminated against. So that's Africa, right? There's nothing else we can really grab. I mean, Great Britain is also just pushing through severe malaria, so they will compete with us. But that's okay. Yeah, we need to, meanwhile, while we're doing this, we need to get ourselves strong enough to be able to potentially compete with Great Britain. Because we do have a little foothold of Nova Goa here in India. Yeah, other than that, what else do we have? Well, we have our former colony of South America, so perhaps we can make a comeback there. Or can we? Brazil is a minor power. They do have army power projection of 3,500. And they have 450 naval projection. What about us? Our 35 battalions. Ooh, that's only 942. Yeah, so we just don't really have the army to really invade them. Our navies, 32 ships, 611. Okay, so again, 611 as opposed to their 450. Yeah, so we definitely have a stronger navy. We do need to grow our army if we were to take on Brazil. But Brazil, like, what does it have? I mean, it has a lot of things. Rubber logging camps here, iron. Yeah, but the most important is it has population that is of our culture that would not be discriminated against, and it would actually be able to contribute to sort of our society. We'd get a lot of because yeah, because if we invaded them, would they become incorporated states? I don't think so, actually. I think we'd need to spend time incorporating them, but that would add 15 million of GDP. So we would double our GDP. We would add another 10 million people with a healthy population growth rate. Literacy would be lower. They're Catholic, yeah. So we do want to unify ourselves with our former South American holdings. That is one kind of big strategic objective. Africa we've talked about. Now in Asia, to make ourselves into a true great global power, here we see Netherlands, right? That's what I see. Now we can let them colonize. Colonize this, being colonized by Australia. Oh, being colonized by Dutch East Indies. Yeah, they can keep pushing through here with a severe malaria. What they already have, however. Is there something we could grab here? Wait, Dutch East Indies. Colonial administration. This is the government ruled by an appointed colonial administration on behalf of their colonial overlord. What is that? Diplomacy? Yeah, they are a dominion. Dutch East Indies is a dominion of the Netherlands. Dominion. Recognized powers may turn a weaker country into their dominion. A dominion is a more autonomous subject type that are able to start their own diplomatic plays and are not forced to join their overlord's wars. They must pay 25% of their treasury income to their overlord each week. Well, we could at least make Brazil our dominion, you know. That is a possibility, but again, we need a stronger army for that. We could take on the Netherlands though, right? I mean, where? Let's have a look. Netherlands proper. What does it have? Army power projection of 1400. Again, still stronger than us. Navy is only 560. We're actually on par at the moment. Yeah. But I mean, Sunda. I mean, for example, we could get Dutch East Indies Sunda Islands. Can we just get the Sunda Islands? Dutch East Indies Sunda, for example, and just return them. That would be step one, right? Because what this is kind of belongs to us, doesn't it? Wow, they actually built that up pretty well. So Dutch East Indies, that's another 1.2 million to our GDP. 800,000 split state. Yes, we would grab that. Grab a bunch of industries here. Accumulation Dutch. Yeah. The resources, sulfur, iron. Bali, capital state. Bali, what are you? Truces. Bali bankroll defensive pact with. We could actually take them over here, couldn't we? Hang on. Incorporated state in Bali. Banjar. Incorporated state in Banjar. Okay, so now. So I don't quite understand. Is this Dutch East Indies or not? Yeah, they're a puppet. Yeah, okay. Bali is not a puppet of Dutch East Indies, so yeah, that's why they're a slightly different color. But let's just have a look, like what else is here in Dutch East Indies and decide. Sulfur, fishing works, sulfur, 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 sulfur mines. Lead, yeah, this would be nice. Pontianak. Right. Lead. More lead here. Yeah, this is, I think, Borneo, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure what this island, or Brunei, not sure what this kind of massive island is actually called. Better look it up. Philippines, country in the British market. Yeah, but we could grab these. I mean, do we really need it? I mean, there would be GDP, would be resources, population. Also, by taking Netherlands' colonial empire, to be really honest, it would just ruin them because, right, if you think about it, what do they have in their own domestic kind of economy, mainland? They have coal mines, and that's it. They got nothing else. They have coal. They don't even have iron. No iron, no rubber, no sulfur. So if without their colonial empire, much like us, although we are, I think, in a better position, we at least have coal and iron and sulfur. We actually only need lead, to be really honest. Everything else we kind of have. Not a lot of it, but we have it. Whereas for these guys, yeah, sulfur. What about iron? Where do the Dutch get their iron mines? Not here. Although there is some potential there. Yeah, I'm looking at these resource tabs. Yeah, I know there's, to be honest, probably a better way, and that would be to resources, for example. If we go like sulfur. No, this is okay. Well, this kind of at least tells us where sulfur is, but if we also just click on the no, we can't. For example, coal. If we click on the good, and we just go show potentials on the map. Yeah, we can see where like the coal is. Okay, well, even if we were to dominate Southeast Asia, and I feel like that is up for grabs, right? Because Netherlands is not very strong. In fact, it's our main competitor. I think first we continue with our colonization of Africa. We take on the Netherlands in Southeast Asia, and then we take on Brazil. Right, that will surely propel us into becoming a great power, right? That's a global dominance. South America will have a massive interest, and we'll see what else. East kind of west, Southern Africa will have a massive presence, and in Southeast Asia. I mean, how much more global can you really get? There's also China. There's also Japan that still hasn't opened up. What do they have? Oh, wow. It's only 2,300. Could we add them like to our market, for example? That would be like make them our dominion. Is that even possible? Like diplomatic demands. Conquer state, annex, humiliation, increase autonomy, independence, liberates. Make protectorate. Demand it and make protectorate wargo from another country. If they accept, the selected wargo will be seated and a truce will be created. If they refuse diplomatic play, we'll start with you as the initiator. I think make tributary. Regime change, return state transfer subject. Expel diplomats, yeah, so all of this. What about customs union? Appointed between two countries. Change our customs union. Select which country to send change to our customs union to. Okay, do we Bolungan? See, these guys that would accept. So two Sicilies would not. Sorry, it's not. They would accept is someone who we actually propose this to. No one would currently accept. Interesting. What if we did diplomatic demands, for example, make protectorate? Yeah, we'd need a strategic interest first. Alright. Could we invade Madagascar? That's actually something we could also take over. Is it worth taking over, however? Coal, logging camps, this and that. Logging camps, fishing wharves, this and that. What is this? Is Mauritius? Is it French Indian territory? Port Louis, Indian. No, Mauritius is somewhere else, isn't it? Marina Kingdom. Yeah, I think Mauritius is north of Madagascar, I think. Where's this east state in the Indian Ocean territory? Okay, unclear. Fine. So that, I mean, roughly those are our strategic goals. East Africa, later on Brazil. I think first Africa, then Southeast Asia, then Brazil. Now, let's get back and do a quick overview. So we have built up 3.36 million of gold reserves. We're now upping our industry in terms of steel and glass to change over our construction sectors to steel frame buildings, right? We're depleting our gold reserves. That's perfectly fine. Now, with becoming a major power, if you look at budget assets, we're only going to pay 8.8%. Wow, 8.8%. We can even bring that down lower. And in this case, I think by this point in the game, it probably is profitable to, and we're considering how many profitable opportunities we have, it's actually probably worth going into debt. So let's go ahead and go into, I think, massive deficit. We can eat up our gold reserves, maybe get into deficit and just keep building. That will be our strategy from now on. Right, we're 40 years into the game, 45. Let's see, we have 55 years left. Now, let's go over our construction. Yeah, we're building steel mills, glassworks, and coal mines in Transvaal, all with the view of, for example, Extremadura. I believe our construction sectors are already steel, and steel is quite expensive, as is glass. Tools are okay. Now, market explosives are actually cheap. So we need steel and glass. That's what we need. We have 2 glassworks scheduled in Extremadura. Again, I'm not changing any production methods. Why? Because I just want more buildings to employ these peasants. That is what I actually want, rather than simply produce more. And also, I don't want capitalists just yet. Let's just get our economy up and running. I like having a strong, widespread middle class. Although industrialists are gaining in power now. And look at this. Just already they have 5% clout. And I mean, who is really supporting them? We have 4,000 capitalists, Boer Protestants, and even though we're discriminating against them, they own the gold mines, the railways, more got some logging camps, I guess, in Transvaal. So all of this fertilizer plants in Alentejo. How does that happen? Okay, well, they can't be owned by anything else. Yeah, they can't be run by shopkeepers. Yeah, so as we get into kind of, further and further down the production chain, we are going to get capitalists. And look at this, just immediately. In fact, even if we just look at our population, this is for the whole nation, right? Let's have a look at charts, right? And how our population has changed. We now have 6 million laborers. How much power do they hold? 3.8%. We do have shopkeepers at 3% of the population, but hold 40% of political clout. Farmers, 16.8%, and aristocrats still 16.7%, still going strong, even though farmers are only 3%, and the aristocrats, there's not many of them left. They're a dying breed, 0.6 now, right? However, capitalists are already 1.6% of political strength, even though there are only 18,000 people, right? So we need to be careful about these capitalists. Let's go ahead and unpause at a very slow speed. Let's just take stock. Beira, we're doing fine on infrastructure everywhere here, right? Yeah, so all we need is more steel, more glass. Organized sports unlocked. Sports aren't just for those playing them. They're a show, an expression of community, a place where a crowd can feel like they belong. The spectacle of sports matters just as much as the feats committed on the field. Okay. What do we have here? The Red Revolution. Yellow headlines. It's an event. Newspapers sympathetic to the interests of the industrialists have printed numerous stories about the revolutionary desires of communists in Portugal. The articles paint lurid pictures of strikes and planned terrorism. Oof. We must get the situation under control. Portugal has supported policing measures for 5 years. Dedicated police force POP support. Militarized police force POP support. Well, we already have dedicated police force enacted, don't we? 2% of industrialists of POPs. 2% of industrialist members of of pops in Portugal become more loyalists. Or we're gonna have a panic on our hand. Sure, let's go ahead and support them. That's fine. Okay, we are building glass. Now, can we afford to just switch all of this? Will that just completely ruin us? We have, what, 6 levels here. Gold depleted in Vristat. Gold has been depleted. The state can now support fewer gold fields. That's kind of okay, because, again, gold fields sometimes get depleted, sometimes they get converted into gold mines. Now, look at this. Yeah, this will increase price of explosives. Steel will go up, and glass. If we need more glass, I mean, could we try it at least? I mean, it would put us in a massive deficit, that is true. But we would build, like, way faster. Let's try it. I mean, let's try it. Boom. I mean, there's obviously will be shortages. I think that's okay. Let's try and hire as many people as we can, but we did just increase our construction speed by 50%. And given how many gold reserves we have, I am okay with that. Let's go ahead and just keep building steel mills here. I think we need like 3 more levels at least. We also need this construction sector, and it's local, so they will import iron and coal into here to make that steel. More glass. Again, we can probably have some. Yeah, we're gonna building 3 more levels. Let's build some more steel as well. Shortage of steel, glass, and explosives would be nice. Explosives factory. Let's build 1 more, as someone rightfully pointed out as well. A very good suggestion. We now, yeah, we do have enough authority to actually get a decree of greener grass campaign. Oh, it's only 100 authority. I thought it would be 200. Let's put that into Alenteo. We need people migrating to Alenteo. Still sending immigrants. 13.8. To where? South Angola, Mozambique, and Estremadura. In Estremadura, let's have a look. 15.9 still. Jeez. I mean, why is people going to Mozambique? Ooh, high. I guess because of a lot of arable land. South Angola. Medium. Oh, jeez. But we need to keep that population growth up. It's only 0.7. We really need to improve it. Now let's see. Gold fields depleted. The rich minerals deposit in Vristat have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. It's okay. For some years we get here less migration attraction, that's fine. The nationalization of women following government hearings into the activities of the communist regime in Brunswickian bourgeois revolt. Newspapers across Portugal have reported sensational stories about all adult women in Brunswickian bourgeois revolt being nationalized as common property. Jesus. The communists are coming for our women. Portuguese relations towards Brunswickian bourgeois revolt deteriorates by 15. Plus 2% industrialists become more loyal. Plus 2% lower strata in Portugal become more radical. This testimony seems highly suspect. Yeah, I think that's probably not true, although we are actually activating both traits now, which is very nice from industrialists, which is actually one of the positives. Yeah, keeping them at about 5%, to be honest, is good for us. We now get 10% production research bonus and 10% capitalist investment pool contribution efficiency, so a further 10%, even though they already contribute 20%. Let's have a look how our investment pool is actually doing. Still being depleted overall. All right, still being depleted. All right. And then on pause. Let's get these glass buildings, and then we get the steel. We can drop maybe the coal, although we will probably need to like more steel. Steel, coal. Let's go with that. Explosives, and then we do more coal. Who's that? Proposal for alliance, Benin. No, we don't want that. Okay, more glass buildings. Where's glassworks? Yep. More and more and more glass. Now again, switching to this would solve our problems, but it would mean us capitalists gain more power. We do not want to do that. So let's just keep constructing. Yeah, we just made 50% construction. We still have shortages though. Pretty massive shortages. Let's have a look how much. Wow. We have buy orders 400. Okay, we need to do something about that, I think. Same with glass 340. Oh, sorry, this is Portuguese market as a whole, really? Let's have a look at our market balance. Sell orders, buy orders. So still need more wood, much more steel, much more glass. Now, yeah, this is where my theory and strategy of building buildings as opposed instead of changing production method kind of falters, I think, because one. Hang on. So this is now. Oh wait, this is privately owned already. That's interesting. Well, yeah. I think we're kind of privately owned. Okay, they are privately owned regardless. Okay, so, well, sorry, I didn't actually notice that. I thought, the impression that it's still owned by capitalists. Let's go ahead then and just produce, right? Let's all steel in our land. Steel mills, yeah. Everyone then needs to use the Bessemer process, right? Because we need more steel. And I was about to say that, yeah, that theory kind of no longer works. Yeah, the glassworks are still owned by shopkeepers. Okay, that's good. We'll counterbalance that. So let's actually go just quickly. Buildings. Let's look for our steel mills everywhere. Need to be Bessemer process. Yep. Only the steel mills in Alentejo are using the water tube boiler, because only here we're facing shortages of labor. Yep. And as I was saying, you know, building them level by level, even if they were owned by shopkeepers, right? We're only producing 65, but we need, so we need another building, whereas we can get, what, plus 50% from just changing to Bessemer process. And yes, we want those extra jobs, and we will get them, but right now, we're just increasing our consumption of steel by so quickly that, you know, no matter what our, you know, what our construction pace is, we just can't keep up, right? We need urgently more steel and glass. So glass we will get. That's fine. That will keep our shopkeeper numbers up, counterbalance the influence of capitalists. Now, obviously, some places we just can't avoid it. Motor industries up, perfect. Still explosives. I mean, there's not. Oh, actually, they're still cheap locally, yeah, but they might be expensive throughout the nation. Steel railway cars unlocked. Steel railway cars allow trains to be much sturdier and in return to carry much more weight. Okay. Yeah, so transportation is now cheap and services are fairly cheap. A reasonable price, I guess. Our urban centers, what about Extremadura? Again, everything is very much reasonable. More transport is needed in Beira. Why don't we go ahead and put in some trams? Again, that will get some demand for motors in our economy, right? And that actually reduce the price of transport for our pops. Ooh, we're now number 7. Gold depleted in Northern Cape also. Glass input shortage. Okay, we're still building one more level. So that will be 8. Let's go ahead and build like 2 more. Get it up to level 10. Get, I mean, lots of people employed. The other, I think, kind of slight issue is with, I think, pursuing my strategy of building this up and getting maximum employment with a favorable owners class, is that when we eventually do run out of glassworks and we have to switch this to something else, we're going to get so much glass, you know, immediately, right? Because if we just double this, we'd get, what, plus 30% in our economy. And at some point we'll have to. Although we could also just build glassworks elsewhere, but I do like the throughput bonus. Like, right, that's quite nice. Let's get it up to level 10 maybe. And then we'll see. Okay, again, our private sector has unfortunately exhausted itself of savings. So, to be honest, and industries aren't that powerful. So we could, in fact, benefit from... Okay, goldfields depleted. Portuguese Northern Cape have been drained. It's unfortunate. So we could look to, for example, just switch some of our industries. Like, what's most needed? Maybe it is actually glass, right? Maybe we do switch glass to capitalists right now, right? Instead of building these 2 buildings, maybe that's another sector we switch to capitalists. All glassworks. Yeah, maybe we do switch it, right? Or is it, what, like tooling workshops? It's not great demand. Although we should be okay. We should be able to hold this, although it will reduce the price. And so this will take lead and just produce more glass, right? Well, because right now we're building up, we're dropping the price of porcelain. Maybe we do then, you know, transfer glass manufacturing to a kind of private ownership. So let's go ahead and just find this in construction. Remove these two. And just go ahead and do this, and let's just see what happens, right? So we're going for let's say just, well, we don't even have that much lead, however. Let's go ahead and do leaded glass at least, right? We'll upskill laborers into machinists, reduce the strain on wood in our economy. We will ask for, well, we'll need a lot more lead though. And glass will be plus 80 more in total. So we'll reduce the price of glass. 80 glass. That's like an extra 2. Yeah. Let's go ahead and try this. Let's go and try it. Let's see what happens to our industrialists as we do this, right? Now, yes, there will be annoyed shopkeepers. Now, we need lead. Maybe that was actually a bad idea since we don't have a lot of lead. Nor are we really going to get a lot of lead. Actually, we have lead now, right? We have lead. Do we have people to actually work this lead? I very much hope so. We'll see. Time will tell whether that was a good idea or not. But at least, yeah, we now have enough glass. I mean, it's nice. Yeah, so this will now start to tick up. They're in their you know, those capitalists live in our capital as well. Okay, munitions plants. Okay, we need more lead urgently. Yes, we do. I mean, we are trying to work on that. Okay, more steel. Okay, steel mills, very profitable still. Okay, let's get that constructed. Now we have 100 construction, guys. It's huge. Huge. Okay, there we are. They are. Well, yeah, it would be nice if they were hiring, but it's not enough people. I mean, there are 3,000 peasants, though. So, maybe it's a matter of qualifications. Latest employee changes, yeah. Yeah, okay, we are building up this. Private sector, it does kind of does save up a little bit and then start building. Okay, well, let's see, yeah, that's lead. Nice, that's actually, oh, yeah, well, we don't have any transportation here. It's already very expensive. Kind of historical though, you see how there's not enough population, but that's why, a reason why you might want to build railways. Maybe historically that's why people did build railways in remote corners of Earth as they colonized. Yeah, there we are, okay. So lead industry is growing. So that's good. More steel in Beira. Oh, our GDP has faltered a little bit. I think that's because, yeah, we kind of switched around. A lot of things are running shortages right now. It's not great. Glass, though. Steel is actually now at a good price. Okay, we need... this construction sector, glass. We need glass. More glass in Extremadura being built. But glass works. It's not that we don't have enough buildings. What we don't have enough of is lead. Can we import lead? Import. Why? Is that because we don't have enough convoys? No available options. Denise de Briganca Coburgo retires. The leader of the Catholic Church is retired from political life. Abel dos Anxos, a known pacifist. I mean, gee, what is it with the Catholic Church? Okay, let's go. Marching against peace. Protesters, inspired by the fierce rhetoric of Daniel de Arriaga, have carried out a march in Lisbon, calling for military intervention against the communist regime in Brunswicken bourgeois revolt. We must save the Brunswicken bourgeois revolt people from themselves. Relations deteriorate, we get war fever. 10 maneuvers. Strata become more like, no, the people's energies are best spent on something more constructive. 5% of upper strata. Extremadura become more radical. That's okay. Those are mostly industrialists and aristocrats. That's okay. Yeah, that's kind of fine. We might lose the investment pool bonus. It's not critical though. I don't want to radicalize lower strata though, and it's not really our business. The Journal of Philosophical Studies. Members of the philosophy department from the University of Extremadura have signed a formal petition for government funding of their next project, a scientific journal. Fund this journal. Yep, 10% prestige for 5 years. More expenses. Sure, we have the money. We have the money. You know what? We still have these. We could actually build like. Right, we could, in fact, do like 10 more. How much is it? That will be another 50. No, wait, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let's just. I'll get too carried away. These guys would support intelligentsia, though. Maybe we build it in Beira then. We build lots of universities as well. Right? How much do these actually cost to run us, for example? That's 10,000. But that's a lot of innovation. So we need to power ourselves. Like, we only have 50 years of the game left. We got plenty of paper here, don't we? Or we can build a paper industry up. Yeah, let's schedule those universities. Once we run out of things to build, I think that will actually be good for us. Import trader. So something was wrong. Okay, British market. Okay, Britain, give us your lead. So let's go ahead and unblock that. Hang on a second, guys. Hello. So I'm back. Oh, sorry, I left the game running. Sorry, I had to respond to a Steam message. Okay. Need to turn that off, to be honest. I thought my Steam was turned off while I'm playing, but yeah, doesn't seem to be the case. Or something's changed. Maybe that, yeah, it's a new PC, I guess. Yeah, maybe my Steam settings didn't transition. Okay, Russia decides to side with Austria in diplomatic play against San Marco. Ooh, okay. Okay, we're still not really throwing our weight around as much as we... I mean, I want to say could. But if we really look at militaries, we're not even at 1,000, are we? We're not even at... Yeah, okay, we're at 1,000 strength. So we need those... I mean, to be honest, maybe it's better to spend that university money on army and navy, that 10,000. But okay, that's kind of scheduled for a little bit later for now. Okay, ironclad unlocked. By cladding a ship in iron plating, it is possible to make it much more durable and resistant to incendiary ammunition. Okay, unlock steamships for shipyards. Unlock steel hulls for military shipyards. Unlock steam trawlers for fishing wharves. Steam-powered whalers for whaling stations. Okay, so let's go to speed 2. So, can we... Navy, can we... Yeah, these now ironclads. That's good. That's a step forward. Right? That should get us a bit more prestige. So now 71 from naval. We get 71 prestige from naval projection. What does that mean though? So we have naval bases. They require man o' wars. Still to... Yeah, to actually... Man o' wars and frigates. Are they... Hang on, let's just see. I'm not too familiar with the naval interface myself, guys, to be really honest. Let's have a look. So what do these require? They require ammunition, artillery, and ironclads input. Ammunition and artillery for sure. What do frigates require? Man o' wars input. Okay, that's interesting. So that's good. This is good for our arms industry for sure. That I like. Right, that I like. What I do not like... Well, sorry, what I don't... Not that I don't like it. What I don't understand is military shipyards now. Man o' wars, yeah, they're... Ironclads plus 110, yeah, so we kind of need to switch to steel hulls soon, so we need more steel still. We need... I mean, there's absolutely no avoiding, to be honest. You see how steel, there's no avoiding anymore. of building up capitalist class, like because we're going to build a lot of steel. There you go. Industrialist clout has shot up. These are guys living in the capital state, so plus 25% political strength, making a killing on glass production. So not surprising. Explosives factory in Alenteo being constructed. Is that really necessary? Not 100% sure. If we look at our construction sector, it's fine. We're future-proofed. Future-proofed it. Okay, we need more glass, actually. Still need more glass. Well, we could get more glass if we just go to crystal glass, right? But we need more lead for that. We need more lead. They're still very profitable, though. Plus 270 more in total, because we go from 40 to 70 with crystal glass. Well, that's... Interesting. Interesting. We need lead, though. Like, lead is life right now. We also need more convoys, to be honest. So let's have a look at our ports. Industrial port. What do we need for that? Gantry cranes. We are researching monitors, so we can actually upgrade our entire navy to steel-based ships, right? Yep. Is that right? That is right. That's what we need. Monitors. Yep. Therefore, then we need a little bit of some more convoys. How long will this take? 29 months. Cranes, gantry. Okay, gantry cranes was, I think, is spreading to us. So let's just wait a little bit, and we'll get more convoys. That's not a problem. That will not be a problem. Infrastructure here is almost used up. Here it's almost used up. Do we actually have railways here? Yes, we do have one level. Do we have railways here? No, we don't even have railways in Beira. We're relying entirely on our population. Although it is now getting capped out, right? So from POPs we're getting 120, 104.6 capped at maximum value of 120. And that's right. This is from each one of those techs that I mentioned before. 20, 40, 40, 20, right? So it's only up to mostly from about 2 million, maybe a bit more. So one of these techs is kept out at a larger value. So it's one infrastructure per 100,000 up to 2 million people. Except urbanization gives us 2 infrastructure per 100,000 up to 4 million. So that, yes, it will still scale a little bit, but it scales much less now than it used to. Okay, we've chewed through 1.5 million of our reserves almost. We still have scope to build up gold mines, just by the way. Ooh. Okay. 1884, we still have like 4 gold mines to be built here, and we have 57,000 peasants. Vristad still has another 4 levels. Wow, it's just crazy. Just crazy. Absolutely crazy how much gold there is in Africa there, and how important it is. Yeah, so let's see. Let's just keep building. Again, Transvaal. It's more and more coal, to be honest. I feel like we're maybe overbuilding coal a little bit. Okay, these universities. How about... let's just drop them. Let's go with gold first. Perhaps even steel. Ooh, we can't hire... what's going on? Hang on a second. Yeah, we got plenty of people. What's the problem? Hiring additional employees would make steel mills unprofitable. Okay, because the price is not very high here. Well, we can fix that by adding like an extra 2 construction sectors, to be honest, which we can afford, I think. Yeah, we can afford them. Progressive dilemmas. The backlash against the policies of the Brunswicken bourgeois revolt communists has led to mounting pressure on the progressive leaders of the rural folk to explicitly denounce the government of Brunswicken bourgeois revolt. For the pacifist cause, not the one. 30% interest group, political strength. Yeah, rural folk. Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, we don't really need rural folk. The actual infrastructure bonus they give is nice, but is it really necessary? Necessary? I don't think so. Okay, more gold. to fix this absolutely humongous benefits as we just upped our construction capacity by another 20%. Again, absolutely crazy. We could go to glassworks and just go to crystal glass, produce even more glass, even more porcelain. Now we need an absolutely crazy amount of lead, which we do not have. Come on, can we? Well, yeah, we are building it up, but let's, well, let's get, oh, no, sorry, what am I saying, so we don't have, let's get dynamite in here for sure, just so we produce more with whatever it is we do have. Right, we can actually even get condensing pumps in here, and whatever labor we have will produce a lot more lead. There you go, that's kind of sorted out our shortage, and the more people we hire there with these production methods, the better it will work for us. Right, but if, see, so we're at least, it's high price, but it's not extortionate. Could do bone china, but we don't need more china, we need more glass. Okay, glass is now very reasonably priced. Excellent, deficit has come down. Construction sectors are booming, absolutely booming. Do we have any other construction sectors? Let me just take a quick look. Development, railway, university, urban. Hang on. Oh, sorry, it must be. Construction sectors. Estremadura, we have 2. Transvaal, we still have 1. And Veristat. I mean, we could switch them up, but I feel like in those regions, yeah, there aren't a lot of those resources. Interesting. We are running, well, I don't know, we could actually yeah, we could go crazy and just do like 2 more construction sectors. Or no, actually, let's just not get carried away. Let's get this gold production up. We're building those universities as well. Let's resolve this. A good vintage. The wine produced in Veristat has been lauded by sommeliers as outstanding. Make this an exclusive product for export. Yeah, let's make it an exclusive. We'll get there. A little bit of prestige temporarily. That's fine. More gold here. More gold. Wow. In fact, oh, we could just go dynamite as well. I mean, this is just crazy. Let's just go dynamite. Obviously, we'll need more explosives. We'll need more tools as well. Alright, and we should have here explosives. Yeah, we should be hiring for our explosives. Buildings. Since we don't have a lot of labor here, we could even go put this into capitalists' hands to improve production. Potentially, because we need the gold. Like, the gold needs to keep flowing. Why they're not? Well, they are hiring, rather. Let's go ahead and speed up. Oh, yeah, they are hiring. There you go. There you go. More built. So it's just knocked down because we just built another mine. We are building more and more universities. Gantry cranes unlocked. Useful in construction and transportation. Gantry cranes are large enough to straddle the width of a ship. This gives them a sturdiness that means they can lift the heaviest loads a ship can possibly carry. Okay, so we can just go ahead and, for example, in our capital state for sure, or even in Alentejo actually, since we have one port here, let's go industrial port. Boom. We need, however, steamers. So we could, in fact, then, yeah, I think we're gonna have to go to buildings. Gonna have to go to development ports, make them all industrial ports. Then we go to our shipyards, and we can go to steamships. There you go. Driving our... yeah, there you go. Everyone switch to steam ships. Well, in fact, we can just go to our market. Sorry, buildings, urban, shipyards, military ships. So shipyards, one, yeah, we have 2 of them. Let's all produce steamers. Again, more demand for coal engines and steel can propel our economy forward. But we've come up on the hour, guys. We're in 1885, pretty much 50 years into the game. So let's take a break here and we'll continue propelling our nation forward towards great power status in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed it. More Victoria 3 to come, guys. I haven't forgotten about it. Just taking a break and experimenting with the channel. But yeah, thanks all for watching, guys. See you in the next one. Bye.